Awesome. So Brandon here is one of our prime fitness coaches. We just started working together about a week or two ago. And I'd love for you to just start off by talking a little bit more about what you do and how you help people.
So basically what I do is I do an online coaching business, and my main niche is turning little guys that have little confidence into, little big guys is what I call them. So they get bigger, kind of look like me, and hopefully gain some confidence.
Awesome. So next question is, what problems were you facing prior to working with us in the team at Growthology Agency? And why did you decide to invest with us?
Okay, so my problems were Instagram. I didn't have a lot of followers. I wasn't getting a lot of engagement, and that was my main marketing source.
Your main
So when you
platform,
see, what was that?
I said your main platform, yeah?
Yeah. So when you see like only 60 likes or 50 likes on a picture, you don't really take that too seriously. And when you only have 2,000 followers and you have that ratio of, 60 likes, I don't know, there's something off with that. And so I didn't feel like I was like people would take me seriously. Yes, I got like maybe one or two clients, but it wasn't, anything like what I feel like it could be now with you guys.
Awesome. And I know we just started working with each other about like
Hmm.
10 to 14 days ago. The next question is, how has
Yeah.
it changed within the past 2 weeks, bro?
See this big old grin on my face.
Yeah.
So I have a system now, which is cool. So like there's a system, there's a method to the madness. It's not just, okay, this person said this, now what do I say? I'm never like, now what do I say? I know exactly what to say. So I go ahead and just, do my little thing with what you guys taught me, and book calls. And the more calls I book, the more opportunities I get to close for, 1,000, $1,500, whatever. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm super freaking stoked.
That's awesome to hear, my man. You literally only been in the program for about 2 weeks, which is crazy to hear. So
Yeah.
let's talk about the problems before with us, right? Like you said, you were like struggling with like your Instagram. You didn't really have the followers or the engagement, so you didn't really feel like people would
Hmm.
take you seriously, right? So like, what was like the
Yeah.
impact of that not having the credibility on Instagram for your business?
The impact on that, like in the past, I don't know, it was kind of daunting because like I would meet people in the gym, because I do a lot of, I go to the gym and I introduce myself and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I'd say, okay, like, hey, let's keep in contact. Let's follow me on Instagram. And they see those numbers, and it's like I feel like, I'm a wannabe, or I'm like an imposter kind of thing. Like this person's not in the fitness industry. And so now with higher following, more engagement, you see people commenting, they look in it and they're like, okay, this person might be somebody. And it's actually funny because I was at the gym a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, follow me on Instagram. And he saw the number, and the first thing he said is, hey, I think I might have seen you on Instagram before. And I'm like, yeah, right. But they take you more seriously. It's crazy.
Exactly, just basic human psychology, social proof, and the numbers. People don't like to think of it as a popularity contest. At the end of the day, it really is.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you would go to the restaurant with more cars parked next to it, over the restaurant with no cars parked next to it, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about also like the system, right? So you said before working with us, you didn't really know what to say to really book these calls.
Hmm.
Obviously, as you know, the more calls you book, the more closes you make, the more revenue you make, the more profit you make, right? So
Yeah.
what were you doing before working with us? Like, what was like your script, or like how exactly were you trying to book calls before us?
So before you guys, shoot, what was I doing?
Were you
I
just
was I was posting
flow?
on my stories. I put like polls out, and anyone who responded to a poll, which like at the time, like back then, like I think they started to pick up on it, and they stopped responding because they know I would message them. And so I would message them and I would ask them a few questions, but I wouldn't ask them like, hey, is it okay if I ask you a few questions? I would just start asking questions like we're having a conversation. And then after that, I would say, all right, would you want to, book a call kind of thing? But the amount of people I was doing that to, and the amount of people that were, actually taking to it, were very, very little. But now it's, I'm hopping in the comments, I'm hopping in the DMs,
Exactly.
and now people are actually responding, and I'm building a relationship with them, and they can tell that I'm building a relationship with them. So when they say yes to the call, it's like we've been friends for however long.
100%. And so like, what was like the impact of that, right? Like not being able to know what to say, trying to like hit up everybody in your polls, but like they know you're trying to sell them something or just they know you're about to DM them. Like, what was the
Yeah.
impact of like your time and your energy and even like your emotional state? Like, what was the impact of that?
I was constantly playing chess, like a conversation of chess with these people. Like each and every person was a new situation, and I had to come up with something new. But now it's the same thing over and over again, and it works like magic.
100%. So let's
Yeah.
talk more about like the fixes then, right? So like, what would you say are like the top 3 things in growthology that really helped you out, get the result that you said?
Okay. So number one, I would say the following in the engagement. So that the group in the community that engage in the comments, awesome. Love that. Number two, I would say the system. The system helps a ton. Like I said, I don't have to think anymore. Like I know what to do, and it makes it super easy, and it makes it, less stressful, less effortful. And the third thing I would say, the amount of content in the course is insane. Like when I first got in and I like scrolled through it, I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. But it's awesome because it's like anytime I have a question or anything like that, I can look back and I can see, okay, what is it that I need to find? And then you also have like coaching calls on there with like past people. So whatever their experiences were, whatever their questions are, like I can also learn from, them as well. So I would say those are the top 3 things, to be honest.
All right, 100%. So let's talk about like the followers and engagement, right? Like, what type of results did you see like once you finally had all the followers and likes and comments, right? Like I think you were around like about 1,000, 2,000 followers, right? You had about like 50 likes, 10 comments, and now you gone all the way to 10 to 15,000 followers, right? Or about it, like you're at 8,000, still growing.
We just started working together, so we're
100%,
still
we just
scaling
started
your
working.
account. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you got the likes, now that you got the comments. What type of results have you seen so far with that boost in credibility?
In regards to like the online or like in person?
Just anything, right? Like if anybody like asks you about your Instagram or even like
Or in regards to your business in general, like what
100%.
results have you seen?
Honestly, I feel like people just take me more seriously. Like they like the amount of engagement that I have, like not from the group, like in the comments, but in my DMs from, people looking at my stories now. I don't know. It's just people take you more seriously. People take you more seriously. And when that happens, they see you as like a top figure or a leader in the industry or just a leader in general. And with that, they are more open to learning from you to change their lives. But if they see like the zero engagement and the low followers, for some reason they don't take you seriously, and you can't help them when they don't take you seriously.
Exactly, right. Like they have to see you as like that credible expert first before they even invest or even like implement your program, right? So now let's talk about this system now. Like you told me like you were kind of just all over the place before working with us, like trying every client was a new situation. So like once you finally had that system, right? Like how many calls like are you booking a week, would you say?
Okay, so I just started doing the outreach maybe on Wednesday. I just started doing the outreach on Wednesday. And now I probably have, I don't know, I want to say 6 calls booked. And the first call I booked, I closed. I was hoping, so I had to reschedule 2 calls yesterday. So I had 2 booked for yesterday. I had to reschedule them for Monday. And I was going to call you, or I was going to message you. I'm like, yeah, I made 2 G's in 2 days or 3 G's in 2 days. So I'm going to close them, man.
So how much did you make from the first call?
1,197.
Love to hear it, my man. And just to keep this in perspective, right now it is Sunday, and he just started using our system on Wednesday. So that's on a span like what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's a span of 4 days.
He's already up 4 figures.
And he closed at 1197 client on Friday. So that means he closed when he first started using our system, he made 1197 his first 2 days. Love to hear it, my man. And so let's talk about that now. So closing at 1197 client, right? And now that you have that system, now you're booking calls consistently and you know exactly what to do without having to change it every single time, right? Like what type of impact has that done for your life and your business?
I'm ready. So I'm reaching out to like, I used to be afraid to reach out to people like, oh man, what are they going to say? And then what am I going to say? They're going to take me seriously. And now I'm just like, okay, boom, 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 reaching out to all these people, booking calls, and I can't wait to hop on the phone because when I hop on the phone, oh, I know I'm closing them, and I know that I'm gonna be able to help them with my service. So I don't know. I'm just pumped, and I'm just thinking about it, like I told you in the DMs. Man, imagine getting 5 book calls in a day,
Exactly.
and then closing. Well, you're probably not gonna close all 5. I will, but you might close like 2 of them. But still, that's 2 G's one day.
Exactly.
That's freaking crazy. Just got to fill that pipeline.
For sure. So what would you say to somebody who's on the edge of whether or not to invest with us at Growthology Agency?
I was there too. I was there too. I wasn't gonna do it because I thought, honestly, I'm like, man, it's gonna be another however much money I got to spend to, not get any results. Because I paid for stuff before and nothing ever happened. So I was like kind of like already down. And then it was Renzo. It was just a relationship, and I was like, and then it was more value and more value and more value. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna freaking pull the trigger. Just one day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Screw it, let's do this. And so I hopped on, and I'm freaking glad I did for sure.
We're glad to hear it. So I know it's only been like 1 to 2 weeks, but how would you rate your experience within the past couple of days, 1 through 10, brother?
In the past couple of days, I would say, to be honest, I would say like a 10 for sure.
Sure.
I'd say a 10. Just the experience is good. Working with you guys is cool because it's like if I ever have a question, I can just reach out, and like I feel like that doesn't normally happen where it's like I'll get a response so fast. And it makes me think like, oh man, he must be a robot or something. But then he posted something like, I'm not a robot.
Voice memos, real people.
I got you. Yeah, so I thought that was cool. And then yeah, just the results, man. It's like getting results in 2 days. Come on. Come on.
It's just a start.
So let's talk about
it's just a start.
Specifically, right? So like you said, like you were kind of hesitant, like you almost weren't going to join us. Like what specifically almost made you not work with us? Like what was like making you really hesitant about working with us?
I don't know, like just from the past like experiences, like I spent money on courses and I haven't gotten any results. So that's why I wasn't going to do it. Like I like to listen to people and like hear them out and whatnot. I'm like, okay, what am I actually going to get from this? And first time on the call, I think it was with Lou.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, no, it's the same thing over and over again. And then I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna pass. Let me think about it. And then something happened. I had a question.
Yeah, you hit me up about your story covers.
Cheat sheet. That's what it was. I hit him up for the story covers, and then okay, so I got some more value from there. Cool. And then I got some more value from something else, and it was just like, even though I said no, like you guys were still working with me and giving me value. So I was like, okay, like the relationship is real, like the value is real. Pull the trigger. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you put 1197 in 2 days. You got 6 months booked. Things are going up from here, my guy. So what I would say is like out of everything that you've gone through so far in Growthology, from like obviously like the fast responses from me and Ibrahim, the community, the program, the engagement group, any of the features that we have, what would you say is like the top or your favorite part of Growthology so far?
Well, my favorite part is going to be the system and like the way like you tell us to do things, because that just means money in my pocket. But I do really enjoy like the Discord. I enjoy that because it's like everyone that's in the same, shoes as you are all in there, and we're all kind of like, I get to see where everybody's at. I get to see what they're doing because I'm on their Instagram and I'm liking their stuff just to see, and it's like everyone's fighting for the same thing, and so it's pretty motivating. And I don't know, I just like the community. Like everyone says like really nice things. I enjoy that, and it motivates me.
That's probably like the number one thing almost everybody says is like the community. Like nobody's else seen anything like that. Like obviously there's coaching programs and business coaching, et cetera. But in terms of our community, how active it is and how everybody supports each other, and it's not like people are just trying to beat other people, but really trying to support each other and give value to each other. Nobody else in the industry has ever seen that before.
Yeah.
Like who would like you recommend us to? Like what type of people would you recommend Growthology Agency to?
Anyone with a service for sure. Anyone with a service. Excuse me. Yeah, if you're trying to sell your service and it's on Instagram, well, it should be on Instagram to be honest. Like no matter what you're selling on, it needs to be on Instagram because this is all organic and you don't have to pay for ads. And that's something that, I was testing out and that it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that you're spending. So might as well spend your money with this, gain a skill. And once you have that skill, it's game on from there because it's free. You can reach out to as many people as you want. And then once you start making money, then you can scale up however it is that you want to do it. But I would say that.
No doubt. And all our proven systems are battle tested. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, and we provide all our clients with the same systems and strategies that we use. So I think I already know the answer to this final question, but I have to ask it anyways. Are you happy with the investment you made, brother?
First, I want to say I love what you just said. I think I know the answer to this question because I use that all the time. Thanks to you guys. But yeah, I freaking love it, man. I'm really glad that I did it. And well, I want to know what's next on the value ladder.
100%, my guy. So if you want results exactly like Brandon, what is your Instagram for anybody who has any questions about pathology or like right on the fence?
It's Blues Cruise, BLEWSCRUZ. Go check that out.
All right, you heard him. So if you have any questions about pathology or you're hesitant joining us, feel free to shoot Blues Cruise a DM. If you have any questions at all, feel free to DM me at Renzo_Guevara or Ibrahim at Ibrahim Ansari, and we'll be able to get you all the details of how you can join pathology as well. Other than that, catch you guys in the next video.